And there we have it, folks. Welcome back to another live edition right here at Pottergraph's Parafest number 5 in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And I am with one of the people who actually inspired me to get into the paranormal,
Oh,
Heather Taddy from Paranormal State.
that's me.
It was one of the original paranormal shows on the air at the time. I think it was you and Ghost Hunters.
Yeah, we were right after Ghost Hunters because when I was at Penn State, we held this huge academic paranormal conference called UniCon, and they would come and speak. And that was kind of right before our show started to develop. So, yeah.
So it's finally a pleasure to finally meet you. I mean, I've seen you at other events. Your table is always crazy. So we're glad we actually snagged you today.
Yeah.
To have this. So I'm going to ask you, what got you into the paranormal?
It was sort of a culmination of things. I really was into the UFO stuff before the ghost stuff. But I think that there's some type of connection with the two worlds. But I think when I was young, the idea of aliens and all the 50s sci-fi movies and just the image of a gray alien, I was always really intrigued by that. And in third grade, I was always the only girl in my third grade class that ordered the alien abduction books and the ghost books. So my teacher started to call me an alien. So then I was a very creative child. I developed this story that I came to Earth from another planet, and I was sent to Earth to study the fashion trends.
Wow.
So I kind of kept that going. But I mean, besides that, I was really fascinated with the Amityville horror story, the whole story with that, the most haunted house in America, which I don't even think the house was actually haunted. I think it was the people. But in general, just reading about the Warrens and then seeing Lorraine Warren speak and then going to Penn State and being able to join this club, a paranormal club backed by the university. It just kind of all fell into place for me. But I was also really fascinated by Ouija boards and just the idea of spiritualism, the Fox sisters, and really spiritualism created a need for paranormal investigating. So I loved reading about old seances people used to have and just all of it. It's just something that's just always been really fascinating to me. And it's the most interesting thing you could talk about.
Absolutely. And I mean, paranormal has been a part of your life for so long. I mean, being on TV, being part of, like I said, you guys sparked a whole generation of paranormal investigators. Like, you guys were out there doing it and being backed by the university. That is probably something that it was at the time probably go, well, what is this? I mean, I wish when I was thinking about leaving school and go to university, I wish they would have had a paranormal class back then because I think it was.
Yeah, I learned so much, and it was really impressive. Ryan, who started the club, it was a really serious club. Like, you had to really, to go through the training program, you had to write reports. Like, you were adding another curriculum, you were adding another class onto your curriculum.
Right.
But I was so passionate about it, and I liked being in a room with like-minded people, sharing our experiences. It was just, I'm so grateful that I got the experience to just even find out about the club.
So what would you say is your most memorable experience into the paranormal?
Oh, that's such a hard question. I think one of the first times, so I didn't grow up in a haunted house. I didn't have any experiences prior to doing Paranormal State. And it's a reason why I joined the club and started training, because I wanted to have access to haunted places so that I could stop trespassing into haunted properties.
Well, we don't condone that, folks.
I was definitely over 18 at the time, so I was like, I can't trespass anymore. I'm not under 18, so I need to do it in a very professional way. So I think, we would stay in the clients' houses, and I think for me, knowing like all the research we had done on these houses, and just trying to fall asleep, and you'd be hearing things, you'd be hearing footsteps. To me, hearing footsteps is like still one of the creepiest things. Like being in a house with one other person and then hearing footsteps above you, and then going up, trying to find every natural explanation and not being able to find one. But knowing you heard, now was that like an imprint in the environment, or what was that? So I think that just such a basic thing is hearing footsteps. Kind of some of my first experiences were like that.
So I'm going to ask you real quick. Bigfoot and the UFO world, are they connected?
I think they are. I think both of them, I want to say that I think it's like a dimensional thing where somehow we get a glimpse into like it crosses over.
Yeah.
I think that Bigfoot and aliens, I would kind of group them into the same category, I guess.
That is exciting. So, for the fans out there that would love to meet you, where are you going to be? How can people find you?
Well, my next event is the weekend of April 12th and 13th in Ballinger, Texas at the Old Park Hotel, which I've never been to before. I'm very excited to investigate there. I'm doing that event. It's called West Tex Paracon. And then the weekend of April 19th, I'm doing the Blenner Hassett Hotel. They have an event in West Virginia called AppalachiaCon. I'm doing that event. And that's really fun. Dustin Perry will be there too. Other than that, in May, I'm doing Parapsychon. And then I'm doing Whitehall Mansion. Me and Katrina will both be at those events.
Nice.
And then March, April, May, June, July, September, I'm doing Haunt Atlanta in Atlanta, Georgia.
Nice.
So
very nice. Well, when you get to White Hills Mountain, tell Kyle we said hi.
Oh, Kyle's great. He's amazing.
I love Kyle. I got to investigate with him in Palmyra, New York at the Palmyra Museum.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, part of the whole Get Haunted thing. So, yeah, it was very interesting. And, I mean, we've had Kyle on the show.
He's so nice.
He is super nice and really good at what he does as well. So, well, we look forward to seeing you, Heather. Thank you for coming on, talking to us at the TPV Nation. We enjoy it. We'll see you up the road. I know I will be at the Parapsychon in May. And after that, hopefully a few other places. But no, it was good finally connecting with you. Like I said, it's always great. You know, folks, it's one of those things when you meet people who inspired you to do something that you're very passionate about, and you get to meet them, and they're even more awesome in person.
And they got good dance moves.
And they got great dance moves. That's it. So, folks, in the meantime and in between time, like we'd say, is happy hauntings.